recording. So hello everyone, welcome back to Ultimate League, as today we find ourselves in round number 2 in Fusta Liga, as we are in for the Hungarian Grand Prix. As currently in the standings, it is Chargity leading the way, 31 points, with Nutty second, and then Fantme third. And then we got Flix, who managed to recover up to P4 after having some bad luck with the rain, and then we got Gathering to P5. So yeah, then it's LSA leading the way in the constructor with SCP in second place, and then one time on their debut. Currently tied third with the team who made their UL debuts in the last season. So yeah, we got one time versus Ricard Alto, currently for third place. And yeah, so today's track should be interesting. This driving wise, it does seem to be a very fun one. But not necessarily challenging, although I think JT might have some crashing pace here today. As last week it was a nice battle between him and the LSAs, but in the end the rain really settled things down. It was a little bit unfortunate, but I think things were looking in favor of JT as now we start qualifying. As the light should go out now. And let's see who can put himself then at the front here. We are starting qualifying with just 15 drivers, which is a little bit unfortunate as well, but we have some new names. Nikhil, for instance, is one of them. And then as a team, you got also No Gamer racing for the RMC as well as Kratoshville. Wait. Oh wait, no. I think Bituko, yeah, Bituko is on VCAR, but either way the drivers are about to finish now the first lap of qualifying here. Let's see. Nani looks pretty good, and it's Nani! Oh, I guess GT must have made a mistake. But yeah, I think everyone would be expecting for GT to have pole position by 4/10 by now, but as we see then, it isn't Nani leading the way. I think JT probably just made a mistake, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna find himself up there. We also got F1 Fan in second place, with Johnny Fu in third. They don't give it in P4 there. As we see now. Let's see it, second lap, and now there it is. JT then back at the front with 92nd. Now it's F1 Fan. Then you got Kratoshville in P4 here. Nicely done. Then we have also Flix P6. Then we got Corvid. And I think Fatme only P8 at the moment, which is definitely a little bit concerning. Last season we just saw the LSA struggling in qualifying sometimes. But let's see now, final lap here. I'm not sure if things are looking good for Nani to take pole position, but let's see, it does improve, but it's going to be 500s behind. No, Corvid into second! Oh, I think this might be a very pleasant surprise for him. As we see then, Chargity starting in first place with Corvid in second place, then it's Sunandi with then Yo in P4, then you got F1 Fan in P5, followed by Kratoshville. Then we have Fantme, the second LSA, with Johnny Fu in P8. Then we have Flix for one time in P9 with Gamer closing the top 10. And then in the bottom 5 we got Banner with Matimar. And we have Nikhil making his, I think, debut in UL with Bituko. Then Albono for Lynx Racing running up the grid here. As you can see, only a difference of 1.12 seconds. If we just take out the bottom two drivers, it's just 6/10. But let's see. First we gotta see if Yo will be able to finish the race this time around, as last time he was doing pretty well, but then with the teleportations he had to retire. And yeah, I think also Corvid at the start could be a huge help for GT. Obviously with the huge ping could cause a lot of chaos. That turn 1 is a little bit sketchy for battling, and should be an interesting point as well. And yeah, let's see. I think the softs and mediums will dominate the strategy for today, as the pitch seems to be also quite small here. But in CL though, we see the drivers being a lot more comfortable with the hards, so we cannot really be sure also. And the JT might also try the hard tires as well. As yeah, back in season 16, this was the last time we raced on this track. It was the penultimate round back then. It was a very decisive race for the title fight. Because at the end we had like Figo with older tires trying to just keep the lead, which he managed to do until the end, and that's ultimately put him in a very comfortable position to then win his first title in Monaco in the very next race. And yeah, those are some of the facts about this track. Then we're going to be racing 48 laps. No rain for today. As we see, ooh, that's Figo. Seems like it, yeah. I think Figo will be joining us today, if that's really him. It's going to be starting from last place though, so yeah, probably a lot of work ahead. Maybe he's going to have a lot of fun battling as well. And yeah, this should be interesting. Let's see how will things go. As just waiting for the drivers to finally ready up. But yeah, Figo just showing out of nowhere. That's actually very surprising. Come on, Krato. I'm just not gonna call him PP. I'm just not comfortable. I'll call him Kartushville and that's it. Alright, so here we go then. Finally, the drivers are ready. We see a lot of them looking to start on the soft tire, but GT there, now as we see now the race has started. We see here Nani now trying to take second place as he goes around the outside and he managed to take it, but Corvid is right behind him. Then we see a huge pileup behind Yo for P4 there as we see now Nani just trying to take second place, and can he do it? It's gonna be very close though. As we see Corvid still probably leading on his way, but now as we see Nani managed to now take second place and now he seems to be a lot more safe. So that was a very crucial thing for the Hungarian during his home race, of course. And as you can see, he's actually not racing with a really nice home livery there. I wonder who made that one. But as you see, right behind him is going to be Corvid, and it's his teammate, F1 Fan. Who definitely has a lot of potential here. And then we got Johnny Fu with Yoha. And then Flix, as now things start to already settle down, but not much at the back as we see here. Fantamy now overtaking Matimar. So Fantamy really not having a good start here. He's starting P9 and he lost 3 positions. I'm guessing he was involved in some crash. But now we see Nani trying to take the lead, but he makes a mistake there on the inside. And we see F1 Fan also trying to overtake his teammate with Flix right behind. And then Yo obviously just giving that distance due to his ping. But let's see here. This battle will be interesting. Oh, JT! May have pushed Nani off the track there. And let's see, I think Nani will still be on that slipstream, but yeah, if GT, I'm not sure if GT slowed down or not, but if he pushed Nani off and run away because of that, that would be very controversial there. But as we see, no gamer now. Yes, Charlie Fu right behind as he makes a little mistake there. But we see Quarry looking a little bit sketchy. But now Flix goes for a nice switch back there on F1 Fan. It was actually very sneaky. And smart as well. As we see right now, GT running first. Nani maybe just sleep streaming, or is he gonna try move again? No, I think he's just gotta settle down. Obviously, he needs to stay on that sleep stream as long as he can, because pretty sure as soon as GT runs away, he's just gonna be sending off into the distance, and he's not gonna see him ever again till the end of the race. As we see now, GT with the little mistake kind of look like on my screen, but the others are not that far away for now. As we see now, Flix looking to get past Yoa, he goes up the inside, as Yoa has to slow down a little bit. I think he has to back down. And we see F1 Fan now also losing a position again, as Flix now just trying to catch Corvid again there in the battle for third place. So yeah, I think all of the drivers here in this battle would love a podium, that is for sure. Like Corvid, Flix, F1 Fan would be his first, of course. I think for Yo as well. So yeah, Yo and F1 have not finished in the podium a single time so far. If I'm not wrong, I think Yo was very close once. As we didn't have Carvid, who has, I think, 2 or 3 wins, I'm not totally sure. And Flix as well, who has 1 race win. And I think other podiums as well, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, currently things have definitely settled down now. The CF1 fan definitely struggling there. Yoga could not pass him though. As we see already, and GT doing what he needs to do to get rid of Nani. And he goes for the undercut, so that seems to be GT's answer. To try now, see if he can get away from Nani. He's gonna have some clean air here, which will be very, very crucial. And if he can get the slipstream of Pituco to the end of this lap, that could also help him to give him a little bit of a tow and make it a slightly faster lap. We also got Figueira in P9. As we see now, GT already catching them, and as we see, I think Pituco will maybe go to the pits. Yes. Then we see Corby deciding to stay out. That's interesting. Going for a 9th lap there, but he makes a little mistake. I'm not sure if this is gonna go well for him. But now, this is a very decisive moment for the race, as Nani came out of the pits behind GT, not on his slipstream, but now he's gonna have 1 lap fresher tires. But will that tire freshness be enough for Nani? Or that tire advantage be enough for the Hungarian to catch GT here? Because otherwise, I think GT will have this win in the bag. We see right now these laps are obviously not comparable, but GT did got his best lap of the race so far with the 31.12. As we see here, yeah, Nani definitely needs to lock in. I think they are both on the same voice chat. Actually, let me confirm that. As we see, yeah, they are. So yeah, that is interesting. But as we see now, we got Flix in 3rd place. It's a bit of a pack here. As now Kratusville will pit for the first time. So yeah, then we see Johnny Fu also, Dogamer, Daniela right at the back of this group. So he's dropped a little bit some positions, but so far he's not really looking to retire. As we see, and then GT maybe with a mistake. I'm not sure. Maybe they're actually supposed to cut the grass there. But as we compare then the lap times, GT gaining 2/10 there. So yeah, definitely not looking good for Nani. I think he might have to settle down for 2nd and try again next week. As we see now Johnny Fu on this full force sandwich, plenty on hard tires, so probably slipstreaming the Alcy will not be a bad idea for him. And then at the back we got Figo with Fantme, 2 big names in very unusual positions. Now trying to get past Bituko as Figo goes up inside there. Now it's Fantme trying to do the same, and now he makes the move as well. As then more towards the front. Fantme already tried to make the move as well onto the Japanese Portuguese driver. As then we see this pack once again. And someone else is going into the pits. That's Nikhil. He's gonna come out in last place. But yeah, then we see Johnny Fu. Oh my god, Johnny Fu looked a little bit sketchy there. Will that end? I think it looks better now, so it's not a full teleportation, but it's more like just not looking fully smooth. And yeah, then we see here Figueira with Fantme. We see the Frenchman making a little mistake there, but Figo is not really trying to overtake him. Then back at the front. Nani did gain some time on GT, but still GT has enough good gap there. And if he can obviously be able to extend his 2nd stint by 1 lap, then things will start to get a lot better for him. But we will see. Maybe Nani might try something else also. Maybe he tries in the undercuts this time around, just to see if he can get back into GT slipstream. But GT makes a little mistake there. And yeah, you can see that cost him 4 tenths. So yeah, things not looking good. Then we see Flix in no man's land, currently in third place. As we see now Johnny Fu battling with Corby there. Johnny Fu gets absolutely killed, and that was a very weird sound that we saw there. And we see you, F1 Fan and Yo both making a mistake there. Snow now gets catch. Oh, F1 Fan, what the hell was that? Oh! That was some weird lag. I think he has stopped. Let's see, hope it doesn't happen again. But yeah, I think now we see Yoa diving into the pits. At the end of lap 10, seems to be a little bit early though. And now he goes into the mediums. As we then see at the front, it's more like Johnny Fu battling Corby once again here. It's about the 4 before it seems, as I think Flix will just be getting away. And yeah, I guess Flix will not mind the podium for today. I don't think he really practiced all that much. And then at the front, he just seems like, yeah, he just keeps on getting away. But Nani, once in a while, can actually get better lap times than JT, so maybe not all hope is lost. And hopefully we can actually see a battle for the win here today. But as we see then, Figo and Fatmi still close to each other. They are making this recovery with the power of friendship. They are now up to P7 and P8. And then we see someone into the pits. That's JT once again. So that is interesting. Looks like he didn't really manage to extend this second stint. And I guess he just wanted to play it safe. And yeah, I'm guessing that Nadi only managed to gain some time more lately because of the tire advantage. We see now JT getting very close to Flix. And let's see, it looks like Flix here just not gonna battle him. He knows that this is not really his fight. But Nadi stays out once again. So that is quite interesting. So maybe they just have different different strategies and different stint distance. Because we see Nadi, I think, doing 10 laps on mediums, while GT opting to go for only 9 laps. And I see whose strategy will be better, so I think this might actually just be a strategy battle, but as we've seen so far, GT does seem to have the edge when it comes to the pace, to the race pace itself, as now we see Nadi going for the hard tires, but now, to his despair, he's gonna have Corby right ahead of him. I mean, there's still some distance, but yeah, Corvid is always someone who can absolutely ruin your strategy simply because of his ping. And yeah, then we see Johnny Fu right behind. Could also cause issues to Hernandi if he will want to play the team tactics, but I'm pretty sure Hernandi will be praying for Corvid to just go into the pits, and he will. So that's it then, as then it will be raining on hard tires, so I'm guessing that he might be looking to save a pit stop unless GT does the same thing that he did last week. Actually, it was Nani doing that, the whole thing of suddenly changing their strategy and have the same amount of pit stops than their rivals. As yeah, GT close to start lapping some drivers. We got Panna here in P16. Now he's already lapping Albono, who now pits for the second time. But as we look more towards the back, looks like Fatmi and Figo, they got separated from each other. So what seemed like a nice love story just ended with a huge breakup there. Now we see the Ricards both pitting for the hard tires with a nice double stack. As we then see No Gamer. Wait, Ricards? No! Oh my god, it's actually very confusing when I'm looking on the spec view. The Ricard and the RMC is actually very similar. But yeah, apparently it is Mati and the Kratusville with different teams. Mati with Ricard and Kratusville with RMC. In the meantime, we see Figo just overtaking Yo, as we see now Johnny Fu coming out of the pits here. As he got definitely undercutted. But he's definitely also looking for to have much better tires and also in a different strategy. Maybe saving a pit stop. As in the meantime, we see Matthew versus Kratusville. I'm not sure if these drivers are really battling each other, but it might be possible as we see Crutchfield just having a look up the inside. Then we see Matti just going to stay ahead. We see Matti wants Crutchfield to slipstream, so maybe he's not really happy doing this. Then we see Nico here in P15. As he's just trying to at least beat Panna, as they are sort of close, and he does have much better tires. But they're looking more towards the front once again. Ooh. And he just lost a lot of time. He actually lost half a second on this lap alone. So yeah, not really sure if things will be working well for Hernandi here today. JT is just really looking dominant. And so far looking to have also his best start to a season so far, or at least matching that. The start that he had back in season 18. Where he got 2 race wins in the first 2 rounds until he got then beaten by Figueira on the 3rd round. But yeah, then we see here Hernandi then 2nd place, Flix in 3rd, and then I see F1 fan battling Joha, who has very old medium tires. I think he made his 2nd pit stop quite early for the medium tires, I mean. But now we see here also Johnny Fu trying to get past Figueira. Looks like Fatmi and Figo had their reunion here. Because if Figo does have better tires than the Frenchman. But so does Johnny Fu has better tires than Figo, so he definitely will need to get past him. Because right now he's just losing time. Because as things stand right now, it's kind of looking good for the SCP, I would say. There's actually a bit of a title fight for the constructors this season, but so far it is LSA quite far ahead. As yeah, I think Johnny Fu was just not present in the first race, so it was a 2 versus 1 man race. But now, I think I think SCP will be gaining more points, but it seems like GT is just pitted and now on fresh medium tires and then he's on the hard tires. So this seems like a very crucial moment in the race. I think Nani will have to commit to the strategy that he's doing in order to beat JT. Because as you see right now, I think Nani will have to defend there. But yeah, they are both on the same VC, so if something happens they will instantly know. As we see now GT up the inside, now Nani will try to defend that one. As GT goes around the outside and now he has to move there. As he has all of the traction that he needs in this world. And then we see Nani having to settle for 2nd, but if he can slipstream him, he might have a chance though. As he could potentially just try and do an undercut. Because yeah, one needs to see when will GT actually pit again. As not sure if he's gonna do 1 more pit stop or 2 more pit stops. But I'm guessing that Nani might just be looking to do just 1 more. But let's see, Nani just staying on that slipstream. This is once again a very crucial moment in the race. This could decide a lot of things, just like the first few laps after GT made his first undercut on Hernandi. So yeah, let's see, Nani right now really doing a steady job so far. And yeah, probably might be a little bit stressed. Staying behind GT is definitely not easy. Or at least keeping up with him, but let's see, maybe GT could feel the pressure and see Nani making a mistake. But we will see then. As obviously they are looking to just secure top 2 finish at least. That is for sure. And yeah, Nani really doing an amazing job here so far. Let's see. I think his tires are not sliding yet. And that's the main thing here. As we see Nani now. Could that be it now? As we see the slipstream settings, I think starting to kick in. Oh, he just lost slipstream. I think he has. Oh, that is very unfortunate. So GT now has everything to win this race. Unless he makes a mistake right now, that could potentially help Hernandi here. But let's see. Nani, I think, might have to dive into the pits right now. 14 laps to go. I think he's gonna go for the hard tires. While JT should go to the mediums again, although he cannot really do that. Although maybe... No, wait. Actually, I don't remember if he started on the mediums or the soft tires. So that means that JT is gonna actually have to pick a different tire. So maybe that might be the softs, actually. We're not really sure. It really depends on which tire compound he had in the first stint. Now we see Johnny Fu back in third place with his strategy, but Flix is the one who actually is in third place. You can see that by just looking at the tires. And then we see Figo and Fatme once again just climbing their way up together here. As you know, they are starting to battle for the top 5, but Corvid is right behind, but he makes a big mistake there on the final turn. As in the meantime, yeah, oh, Nani is just pitted. It looks like GT is also just pitted. So I think GT actually did a very smart thing here. To basically just answer to Hernandy's undercuts. Just straight up screw him up here. So yeah, yes, that's how you control the race lead, by knowing when to pit and do everything to avoid any type of confrontation with other drivers. So yeah, he's done it. I think he has more pace, so he's all good to go, unless he makes some mistakes which could put him under pressure. So yeah, I think Nani is gonna have to do his best, but we will see. Some people were talking about, at least Nani, that if he's only 8 seconds behind, it would already be good, but so far he's actually doing much better than that. Because now we see Johnny Fu still defending third place, but now he goes into the pit, so kinda feels like that was all for nothing. As Flix now will be looking to take third. Then we have Figo and Fatme looking to pit for one more time at some point. And now we see Johnny Fu just coming out of the pit just ahead of Yoa. With F1 fan now in P9. We see there Bituko. And then it's Togamer here racing for RMC today. Then it's Matimar here, then it's Kartoshville with Nikhil. Then Bana, looks like Nikhil did manage to get past Bana at some point. Now we see, I think, Fatme going into the pits. And he's gonna be right behind the F1 fan. So yeah, I think he made his final pit stop, so this is where things get interesting for him. He's obviously trying to do the recovery race. Let's see Yolo looking very slow there. Now Fatme goes up the inside, and now he tries to dive up the inside of F1 fan, and around the outside he completes the move. Now he goes up to P7, also looking to undercut Figo. Is that the front though? Oh! Oh my god, I was watching the HUD and I saw Hernandez just being 7/10 behind JT, so I wonder what happened there. Because, oh yeah, Hernandez, he's starting to gain some pace now, later on in this race. He's starting to have the flow, while GT is sort of being a little bit shaky. I wonder, because, yeah, maybe the pressure is on. And that's basically what Nani can do. It's the only thing he can do now. Just make 0 mistakes and apply that pressure to JT. And if you can somehow catch him back, that would actually be very legendary from him. As we see here, Fatme battling with Figo, as yeah, Figo does have slightly better tires. Well, F1 fan with the tires alone, he probably doesn't have really that much of a chance. As we see, he still has the slipstream though, so not everything is lost. As we see now, Figo then getting a move on Fatme, who doesn't fight all that hard. So now they are in P6, P7. And let's see, maybe they might still try to catch the likes of Johnny Fu and Corvid until the end of the race. Even though it might be a little bit of a stretch there. In the meantime, at the front, seems like the gap has sort of stabilized between Hernani and JT. Even though Hernani did gain some time, I think, or maybe lost 500s to the British driver. But there's not that many laps to go. I think GT, as long as he doesn't make mistakes, he should be able to win. And now you see the gap increasing quite a lot here. And Jesus Christ, what the hell? Why, how did Zanelli lose 8 tenths? I really don't know. Maybe it could be the tire. The tire wear started to make a difference. But yeah, then here, this battle for the P6. It is still Figo with Fantmead and F1 Fan. So yeah, looking at this race, it seems like this Figueira here is definitely the real Figueira, not some guy who decided to join with his name. So at least that's great to know. As yeah, seems like EGT just gained much more time again, unless these were the same lap times that I just saw. Because yeah, there's just not much time to go. It's like F1 fans just lost the slipstream here though. In this battle for P6, which might be a battle for P5. Because yeah, they are definitely catching Johnny Fu here. While Carvit also is trying to keep the top 4. Looks like Nani will going to the pits to try and take the fastest lap. But can he do it though? The target will be a 30.88. It's from Flick, so yeah, Nani is pretty much given up to win. Which I think it does make sense, unless GT would have some kind of stutter that would slow him down a lot. But to be honest, that's more likely to happen to Nani. So yeah, Nani's gonna have 2 tries here to get the fastest lap. Now there's just only 2 laps to go then until the end of this race. And yeah, we'll see. We've got Figo and Phantom once again. It's just getting closer and closer to Johnny Fu, but can they catch him in time though? There's not much time left, and now we see Figo with the mistake. Fatme takes P6. As we see then, now GT then already saw the white flag. Now it's on the final lap of the race then. You see at the back, I think Bituku and Doghammer battling each other there. But yeah, GT definitely looking very dominant. And he might be finally looking to take that second title. Because he's now looking to take back-to-back wins here today. And this time he actually managed to win here in Fustaliga. As he crosses the line then to win the Hungarian Grand Prix. And then we see Tsunandi. Let's see, can he take that fastest lap or not? I don't really think so, and he doesn't. So Nani will take second either way, he had nothing to lose. Then it's Flix completing the podium, I think he's gonna be happy with that one. Then it's Carville with Johnny Fu managing to hold on, and we see Figo and Fatme very close there. But apparently it was Fatme ahead, weirdly enough though, yeah, I did saw Figo ahead on the spec view. Then you got Mati with Yoha, who's just slowing down. Why are you doing that? Oh, what the hell? That's oh, I guess he pushed Vituko off, I guess. So that's some fair game then from Yoha. Then we got Kratos with Nikhil here in P13 on his debut. Now they didn't even manage to finish, as we see then. So it is GT with the second race win of the season. We then see Hanadi with second place, and I actually need to know about GT if he's 4th win in a row, because I think he got 2 wins in the last 2 races last season. Let me just confirm that real quick. Actually 3. Oh, so this is GT's 5th race win in a row, so I guess he's tied my record again. But obviously now the record is from Figueira, who has 6. And then we see then Hernani 2nd place, followed then by Flix in 3rd with the fastest lap. Then we have Cardiff in P4, followed by Johnny Fu with Fatme in P6. Then it's Figueira in P7. Then we got F1 Fan with Matimar, and then No Gamer completing the top 10. Then we have Pituko finishing just ahead of Yoa. And then you got Kratosville ahead of Nikhil. Then we got Bana and Albono running up the grid here. So 16 drivers for today. As then I think we got the interviews for this time. I don't know to start. I don't think GT and 90 are here, but we have someone like fun to me, I think. So yeah, maybe I will start with Fatmi. So yeah, I had a bit of a battle there with Figo all race long. So what can you say?
That was a bluff start. Just messing up every lap in my quali. Starting P7, I think, and yeah, sadly I got a huge lag in the bottom left hairpin. Well, I basically went from P4 or 5 all the way down to P14. So from there, I know basically my race was done. And yeah, I mean, we had some good slipstream and fights with Figo. I think sadly he lost on the finish line with starters. And yeah, I mean, it was a great return from him. I was really concerned during the race that he was genuinely quicker than me. So yeah.
Yeah, and then we see Figo. Pretty sure he joined with no practice today. But how did you think about like racing today and starting from last? I guess that was fun.
Yeah, it was actually quite fun. I just joined. I was gonna help, like, I was gonna, what do you call it, like, just be with Flicks while he races, but I just noticed that we were missing a driver. And I was just like, I mean, I have nothing else going on right now, so I might as well just join. I mean, I feel like it's a bit unfair to say that I didn't, I kind of went in this with nothing. I did like 10 minutes on Monday, but of course I already know this track. I won here before, so I feel like that kind of gave me an advantage, especially because I was like learning the track while I was racing, so I started off quite slow, and I kind of just got used to the different corners, and yeah, really gaining the pace. And it's like, oh wow, I recognize this corner, I can take it like this, and yeah. But the racing was actually quite fun as well. It was just, I think the slip does help it out a bit. It was a bit more challenging, and just some of the moves I made, I was slipping through. I was going through the tightest of gaps. Yeah, it was quite fun. It was very fun. Yeah.
All right, then we can go with Garvid. As you got before today, was the podium possible today, or was before the maximum?
Yeah, people. P3 was definitely doable. I honestly came in with very little practice. I was coming with very low expectations, and then I just did that quali lap out of nowhere. But yeah, I feel like the gap to flicks shouldn't have been as large as it was if I was driving a bit better. But it is what it is. I'm happy to take the P4. Had to stretch all the had to stretch all the tires because I only ran the hards once doing the 3 stop. So I think I did like something really silly on mediums, like 14 or something like that on mediums, and then 15 on hards. But it worked out in the end. I was able to keep the pace of the guys behind, which was good. And yeah, that's just a big confidence booster, really.
All right, nice to hear. Yeah, before definitely not bad. As I guess now we can go to Marty's Yap session now. I think he had a bit of a battle with Dogamer. I think for most of the race, and I'm guessing also Bituko. So yeah, what can you say about your race?
Hello. Okay, so I was going really under practiced to this race, so I wasn't expecting much of myself. I qualified around P14, if I remember correctly, so it wasn't a good quali, but I got a pretty good start. I've made up some positions and I was in P9, but then unfortunately, if I remember correctly, PP completely obliterated me at B2Co, which costed me like 5 seconds. And uh, then he somehow also lost much time, and on the second stint he caught me up really well. He made up like 2 seconds to me, and we had a bit of a battle, but he made a mistake, so I was able to come victorious of it. In the first stint, I also had a slipstream of Phantomy for a moment, which I got really excited about, but I fucked it up and lost it almost immediately, which I really regret. Then in the second stint, I noticed that I had a really bad pace, much worse than B2Co's The Gamer's Yoas, for example. I also for a moment had a worse pace than PP, but I have improved during the race, and after the second stint, I was faster than him. I thought that this is gonna be the worst race of like the whole season for me because I was my pace was really bad. I kept doing mistakes everywhere, and I was on P12, so I thought that this can be just it. P12, a really bad result for me after a really good race in Austria, but then out of nowhere came Iowa out of the pit lane, and Iowa have decided to tow me up for like two stinks. And thanks to Iowa, I have managed to catch up a bit to Dow Gamer from like 5 seconds to 2 seconds. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch him, but then came Iowa once again, and I was slipstreaming Iowa, but unfortunately I lost it. Then Bituko caught me up at the last stint, also with softs. Then I lost Bituko, and then when I thought all hope is lost because I had much worse tires than Iowa and Bituko who were in front of me, and same tires as the gamer and worse pace than them. But then they started battling, and I have somehow cut them up at lap 47, if I remember correctly. And then something weird happened that I think that Yoa Slacks killed Bituko and Dow Gamer and pushed them into the grass, allowing me to pass them. And I also passed Yoa because he did a mistake on the last corner, and I was P9 like out of nowhere. And then Yoa decided to give the P10 back to Bituko, which was a really noble move by him. So I really want to thank you for your sportsmanship, Yoa, and also congratulate you for not giving up after the last race and still racing. This was a super fun race. So yeah, I completely did deserve that P9. I definitely deserved to be 12 at best, but well, in Austria I got unlucky. So well, in Austria in the last stint I got unlucky. So the fate have decided that today I'll get lucky at the last stint. So I finished P9 somehow, which I totally did deserve. I hope it's gonna be better in the next race, for which I will actually be able to practice. Bituko finished P10, if I remember correctly, so it's also a pretty good result for the team. But yeah, we're hoping to be fighting FLF and maybe even one time in the constructor standings. So I definitely need to improve my results, but I know what to work on. And because I'm not gonna have as much studying with school next week as this one, so I'm definitely gonna be practicing more, and I'll try to give you a better show.
All right then. So I guess now for next we can go with Yoa, who uh, this time he did manage to finish the race, thankfully, and I guess what can you say?
Well, nothing much to be honest. Not a very good race, but it is what it is. So yeah, I think yeah, not the greatest. The end was a bit messy. I think yeah, I think I also messed up F1 final race there, so I do apologize for that as well. But yeah, not the best race, and maybe one day we'll get lucky. And yeah.
All right then. So that was quick. So I guess we can then end with the top two now. We got Nandi first. Second place today, they tried to stream GT, who made that undercut, and then he tried definitely to do one last pit stop, but it didn't exactly work. So yeah, what can you say?
Oh, I outperformed all my expectations by a huge bit today. I mean, I didn't expect to be this close. I knew JT would attempt some undercut fingered. I kind of expected it to be over by then. But after that, I just drove good enough so that the free stop still had a really, really slim chance of working. And then, I have a lot of really small FPS drops, can't really help them. And it was like the final penultimate lap of my hard stint. He was on mediums, and yeah, a really small FPS drop mid corner just put me really slightly off the line, and with the tire where I had, I just couldn't keep the slip. So it's basically that lost it. And then he immediately covered off my last undercut. And then I was 1.5 behind, and it was quite the miracle. I actually gained it down to 0.8, kept it there for like 3 laps, but Joe has better nerves than me. It was so close, and I I really did way better than I expected. I thought he would like beat me by 10 seconds, and he kind of did because I pitted and still messed up the fastest lap. But yeah, that's all.
Alright, then to end, we're gonna go with Charge AT then, with another win. It's your fifth in a row, if we count the wins from the previous season. And yes, so with five, a lot of pressure today, obviously, with Nadi. I think Nadi really did put a lot of pressure on you, but you managed to surpass all of it. And yeah, can you get now 2 more wins now? Let's see.
Well, certainly hoping to get the more wins. I mean, the confidence is quite high. It's been looking good. I mean, the quali streak almost ended today with a 0.90, which I didn't expect to be pole position, but just held out by 200s, which I'm very glad about, and just hoping to keep that going.
I guess it was quick, just like your pace. And but yeah, I guess that's it then. For next week, we are going to be racing in Fuji. So yeah, very famous track, Fuji Speedway, made by Gironi for the first time. And so that's it. We'll see you there. Till the next time. Goodbye.